After some time, still even this one will become thick. Because as I stir the other one, I must make sure that the other one is a bit thick, so that when it comes here, it mixes up with this one here, and that's what, and it becomes the other porridge-like mixture that we had in the other first container there. Now this BIO-SLURRY here, the one that we have, of course we have already seen that the gas, that is one advantage that out of this. Then another one is that this slurry here, we can use it for making briquettes. This is charcoal. So you get that charcoal, you get the slurry, you make sure that yes, when it is thick, and to remove the other water, you can just dig a small hole and you make sure that you now have it in solid form. Yes, you remove the other water, but before you completely dry out the water, you mix with the charcoal, so that you make the briquettes out of it.
See, the charcoal, will you first pound and you make a powder, or?
You can even use it when it is in that form. In fact, I get the rejects from
the rejects.
Those people.
Okay. So you mix it with this?
Yes.
Proportions in terms of mixing, because
no.
It was like you were going to remove the slurry from here, and then you mix it with the charcoal. Is it sticky that it will be able to?
It must be thick. It must be thick. That's why I told you that you get a hole and dig a small pit so that you pour, and the other one shieves out the
you sieve out the one which is the dung remains on top.
Yes, the water disappears, and then you remain with the other thick one. Then you use it with the other one.
So, in other words, we get the residue of this. If the filtrate, the residue of this is the one we mix with the charcoal. So you first try to see.
You need to cool. You kuwa oina ho. Amapiga bisa. That means you know.
There's someone who was supposed to remove all that sludge so that they go down make sure that we don't want the gas to escape, and that time is lock the gas. It has a lot of force inside there. The heat which is now you cannot
50 by 100. It is 100 by 100.
But there are times
initial level is too kala lina kabutunda tuna mista kala wanga sente ntito
when I get it, mix it with the soil, and after mixing it with the soil, sometimes I plant tomatoes in those sacks here, but then this time I was a bit less, I've not done it, but I've always been doing it. Make a small bed. We have a small nursery bed there, but that one is for nakati. So we are going to remove, and we shall use this slurry to plant. Then even with the matoke, you can take and use. You time, or maybe, for example, if we are to use this matoke and we are going to apply the slurry, you don't put it direct on the matoke. You have to see where the banana leaves are stopping, then you Now get a hole and you dig something around, and then you get that celery. You try to. Then another thing is that we can use the celery for making feeds for the hens, for the pigs.
Feeds, animal feeds.
Animal feeds.
Additives.
Yes, you add it into the maize brand. You may not even buy the other concentrates mixing, you just use this one here.
It is nutritious.
Yes, it is nutritious. In that, when the cow, the goats have taken in, you know they take a lot of things, leaves, grass, so they pick. I think when they pick all that, they will be picking very many nutrients out of those plants. So when you mix with the maize bran, you can feed the hens. And if we can even give you an example, they pick for you a hen there and you carry. It's heavy. It is heavy. Yes.
Do you mix when it is still liquid?
Yes, you just get it and mix with the maize bran. I think he had brought
So
something.
you get the one that is.
So after mixing, are you supposed to dry up the maize bran after mixing? Or
You
you
just give them and they take there and then they eat. And then another thing is that the problem is that this one is still water.
It is watery. You're supposed to get the residue
Yes.
after sieving.
No, as I told you that this digester, they have
Okay.
just, but we are supposed to get the other one. And another thing, the most important, another important thing on the celery, it is used as we can use it to spray the plants, as I've told you that I've now made the mica bed for the nakati. Yes.
Oh, it can be used as spraying in form of a insecticide
or fertilizer?
Yeah, fertilizer,
gross booster.
and it's like
It's sort of a gross booster.
it's a gross booster.
So it is a gross booster. It can be used as a folio fertilizer. And it's just for the one which you just spray.
Yes.
Okay, used as a folio fertilizer.
Then another thing is that when you get that liquid, the celery, if you have a stinking toilet, you just take and use it. It still quenches off that smell. Yes. That one is just another component. Yes. Latrines of.
So it is an anti-odor smell.
And even when the hens take their droppings, you cannot hear that smell.
Oh,
Yes.
after
Even-
eating, eh?
Yes, even the pigs. I think you've ever gone to some other people.
Where the pigs are and
You
the
just
droppings
get it
are.
from the front of the house, and you say, this person must be having some pigs around. But I think for you, you came in and you just realized when you are when you
after
decide that
singing.
we have the pigs. So that's what we get out of that, the celery.
So this one here, how do we call this? Where we have the celery. The bio-celery is inside, also this. Then
The
this
digester is there.
then this
have
is
the
the-
bio-celery.
This is the bio-celery tank now. Okay. You have to note that. From the biodigester, we have a bio-celery which is moving to the bio-celery tank.
All of that one is the bio-celery.
Yeah.
There is celery inside.
Yes. Then the other one is the digester. Now, as I told you that it's like we people when we take in food, then after some time you may go to the toilet for it. The moment it pulls out the other gas, it just pushes the celery like this. So
Might be what I would tell you that this one is called a biodigester because there is anaerobic decomposition. It is the bacteria that break down, of course, the dung which was put in the biodigester Now, from anaerobic decomposition of the dung in the biodigester inside here, that is where the heat is generated. You get it? There is generation of heat from the anaerobic decomposition of the dung in the biodigester. So generating the natural gas, which is used in cooking. Of course, what he was telling us, it moves in the hose pipe and connected, of course, to what is used for cooking the side. Then what comes out as the residue is what is collected as the slurry in the bioslurry. Are you getting it? Because it is called the bioslurry because there is continuous decomposition. Are you getting it? Breakdown of course, the slurry by the bacteria still. Bio living organisms breaking up. That is why this is a biodigester and that one is a bioslurry. You get it? Good.
First pardon on the bioslurry.
Of course, she has already told you. The bioslurry, there is that one is just a residue, because the what we need here from the biogas, from the biodigester, is the gas, the natural gas which is collected for cooking. In the biodigester, it is called so because of the anaerobic decomposition, breakdown of the dung by the bacteria and the protozoans. Then the gas is finally of course, the gas which is formed is of course connected to the hose pipe and of course taken for cooking. Are you getting it? And then what is
I'm sure with the time, when machine comes on top of this thing, the schools will have the toilets, because in Kampala they are already there. Because they are constructing the toilets, I mean the bio toilets, napkins, and they are using pieces. It is not the pieces you're going to eat. Don't think
The pieces are just going to generate the heat.
and you're using it. What do we use to cook?
I have some benefits here. We have the energy for biogas. We have energy for lighting and benefits. We have it is already there. I think it is formed. It is formed, and because you have to leave it for something like 3 days. That's why the master was telling you ask how long that is.
And the decomposition, every substance that is decomposing, it is the action of the what? The bacteria.
That the master talked about.
That's why you see they always tell you don't eat food which has stayed for 2 days. Meaning it is having what? Bacteria. It is a habitat for bacteria. Dead and decomposing matter.
Like now, how long does it take to digest this?
Just 3 days. But since for us we can mix. Okay, at first when they had just built that plant, we could mix daily so that we get enough slurry just within the digester, and it produces enough what? Gas. But there are times when we mix and spend something like 3 or 4 days without mixing again, but we prepare each and everything from the other cooker. We just use that.
Now, students, we have 2 types of bacteria. Can you tell me one? Say it again.
Anaerobic.
And another one?
Aerobic.
What is aerobic? You have to know the difference.
What is aerobic and what is anaerobic?
Aerobic are bacteria that are found in plants. Well,
What do they use?
they are used for
What do they use?
What
to
do
breathe?
they use? That is the first thing you're supposed to know.
The moment you differentiate the two, you will get that one. Because one time they will ask you to name the bacteria used in the digester. It's anaerobic, as he told you, which uses carbon dioxide. That's
Their
why
action
there is too
is in
much
the
heat and
absence
it
of
is not
oxygen.
destroyed. I knew that you had not got that one. The moment you differentiate that,
When you stare, it's like you are increasing on the rate of the production of it. It will be produced at a faster rate. when you stare, like you said, when you spend even 3 days without staring, and it would not be enough. When you stare every day.
But you can stay and you take some 3 days. But still having the gas inside. But when you stare today and have it there, then you know what you are putting today. May take something like 3 days to produce.
Maybe I would have something, because stirring is all about increasing the surface area for the action of the bacteria. But it can also be produced.
Which materials do we need to start with?
If you are to build this type of tank, plant,
That's good. So you want to build this plant, which materials can you use?
some of the materials are here. Of course, bricks, we have sand and cement. Yes. The digester was built on that one. Maybe you will just have to open that one and you see inside. That's how even that digester was made.
Oh, they just covered on top.
You have to put back that soil in order for it to produce the other
More it should be generated so that it does not escape.
So there are very many things. We have sand.
So this thing is not as small as you're observing it from here, from the surface, but it is, I think it is in form of the other tank. Where you observe the other one.
It's even connected to this one.
They have just covered where you are standing. Even there is a biodigester here. Where you are standing, they have just
up to the
put
other
some soil
tank,
to cover the surface.
You remember when we pulled out that pipe, you saw how the other mixture was now connecting to the digester because the other pipe was already connected. Even where you are standing, you have the digester. Not like a septic tank. They have a way they build it like this. That tank, that water tank. That's how it was made.
No, it is not like that. That the whole of it is one. That's what he's asking.
This is a different thing. This is a different thing. The other one is a different thing.
I have a question. If methane escapes and it is exposed to heat, what will happen next?
No, maybe he wants to say that if it escapes like the other one for petrol stations, because the moment you light when the other one has escaped, then yes, it is. With this one here, as Master told you that this one is a natural gas. That's what he told us. So this one is not.
It is not as powerful as the petrol, which can burst anytime.
I have a question. What was the budget for all this project?
The budget was 1.5, but now we are going to see the other hot plate. For me, I decided to have the one of 2 coils I used, and there was a balance. That the 700 were used on the other one, even the digester plus this one here. Then very many bags of cement, of course, to make this one a bit strong. We had the wire mesh. Even down there in the digester, they have to make sure that they use cement which is strong, because it is not supposed to burst the other digester. It has to keep that gas contained there in order for it to be used. Now when we are preparing inside there are times when this slurry now moves back to the digester. When it was now producing very little gas, that's when they came and broke the digester and just repaired the digester. That's why you see that date is recent, the one which is on the but the moment you install this one here, this plant here, then forget about the charcoal. You will forget about the firewood. Just use that one, and that one will do.
Excuse me. The big say promote this biogas, not using the firewood.
Why did I decide to have this? Even
very good.
clean and smart home, because there will not be what? This is
There is that
smoke.
soot.
Yes,
The soot.
the smoke. And even when I come back from school, where
It
I'm
even
very
saves trees
tired,
from being cut.
I can even first of all decide to sleep. Then I wake up, and at any time when you need to prepare, you just light and you put on your food.
You have to listen very well. She's giving a justification. That is the problem statement for this project. Why did she decide? That is the justification, okay? Hey, so in you're going to write and you have to include the justification. She's giving the reason as why she decided to come up with this. There's a problem she's trying to solve. A smart home. Okay? Let's be with a smart home.
So that I even,
And she
even
has
had